Well, for this particular segment, we always like to turn this time of the week to the Mid-Atlantic region and bring in Ben Hushon. He's with the Mill in Whitehall, Maryland, and he joins us right now. Ben, always good to visit with you. Happy Election Day. I hope everybody out in your neighborhood is getting out there and voting today.
Good morning, Marlin. I tell you, I had some pictures sent to me this morning from some folks standing in lines. I think the voter line is much longer than the grain line this morning, and that's great for democracy, that's for sure.
Excellent to hear. Ben, I know that you have had some fairly open weather, I believe, here for a little while. And I just wondered if you could give us an update. Did they get done with all the harvesting activity? And I just wondered, it seems to me I asked you before, do they usually double crop, or do they very often double crop like wheat after corn or anything there?
Yes, Marlon. A couple things since we talked last week. We continued. This time last week, we were having foggy, damp mornings until 1 o'clock. Had actually 2 weeks of that. Well, boy, that all changed over the weekend. Friday through Sunday, we had 1.5 inches, 2 inches of rain. Yesterday, the wind blew like crazy. Now, fortunately, we woke up this morning and the corn and beans are still standing, and the political signs too. But farmers are excited. Combines started to roll a little bit yesterday back into corn, into beans. Certainly here later today, we have bright sunshine this morning and supposedly the rest of the week. And that is leading a lot of folks to finish up corn, soybeans. They're winding down. They're also planting wheat, as we've talked recently, as you just mentioned. And it's always a challenge as yields go up, continue to go up, fortunately. For every bushel of corn, I read this week, you're getting about 50 pounds of corn fodder. So, there's a lot of folks in our area. In fact, for the viewers, I sent some pictures in. That's a 210 bushel field and a 250 bushel field. Well, that 210 bushel field is over 10,000 pounds of fodder. And there's options. The last few years, we've had some folks baling up some corn fodder so that they could plant wheat. But I had two fellows reach out to me just in the last week and say, I'd like you to come see what you think. We didn't bale anything. We just rotary mowed and planted through 210 bushel corn and 250 bushel corn. The 250 bushel corn, Lebanon County, Pennsylvania, it's struggled a little bit with emergence, but I want to go back and look in a couple of weeks. They're committed to staying away from vertical tillage if they can, and capture all that benefit of the true no-till. So we continue to learn.
We certainly hope it works out for everybody there and hope the weather cooperates. Sounds like it could be an open week ahead. Ben, thanks for the update. I appreciate that very much, and our best to everybody here on Election Day. Ben Hushon of the Mill, he's in Whitehall, Maryland. Want to take a quick update here on our grain markets and take a quick look at the corn market here. Interesting how we're surging ahead, 3 3/4 higher on December at 401 1/4 per bushel. On our quotes provided by Bar Chart, November soybeans are up 14 1/4. They are in delivery mode, though. January up 14 at 1066 1/4. And on the wheat market in Chicago, you have the nearby December unchanged now at 607 1/2. Wow, it had been sharply higher. That's intriguing. Now looking at Kansas City wheat, December is 2 higher at 555. And that's off of its earlier high by about 7 cents. Something's going on. In the spring wheat trade, you have December now 3/4 lower at 555 1/4. We'll come back in a moment. I'll get you updated on our livestock trade next.